everybody. We're going to make green beans today for Thanksgiving. I'm Shelly, the bread lady from the Freight House Farmers Market, and if you bought the Thanksgiving turkey kit, you've got fresh green beans and bacon, and we're going to show you how to prepare those today. Here's the ingredients that you're going to need for the entire meal. It's the easiest meal of the day. You've got your fresh green beans, and we've already just cut off the ends on each side. I like to leave my green beans nice and long. We've got our butter, our fresh butter. And remember, when you cut your butter into fourths, each fourth is a half a cup of butter. So you're going to use 1/2 of 1/4. That's about 3 tablespoons of butter. You're going to pre-soften it, put it in a dish. We're going to use that last. You've got your pepper, your coarse ground pepper, salt, and we've got our fantastic bacon here. Look how great this looks. You're going to use 8 slices of the bacon, and basically you're just going to chop it into little tiny strips, as small as your knife will allow, and you're going to end up with your chopped bacon just like this. So over here we're going to be doing 2 things at the same time. Come on over to the stove. First I'm going to I've got a pot here with some boiling water. We want to green up these green beans, get them a little bit tender, not too tender. We're just going to put them into our boiling hot water. I'm going to add a little salt into the water there. Get them all down there. Get this brought back up to a full rolling boil. So you can see already how green they pop up as soon as you put them in that hot water. So we're going to let those sit until they start to boil. About 8 minutes is what we're going to do. At the same time, we're going to get this bacon going. And you remember, I like my wok, and I've got it nice and hot. I'm just going to drop all of this right there in the wok, and we're going to get it completely crisped up. Keep this turning while our green beans are processing over there. Look how nice this bacon is. This is such a simple recipe, and it's not just for Thanksgiving. You should eat this about once a month. When you can get fresh green beans, you should be eating this. Another classic that you probably had at Grandma's house. It's a little noisy in here. I've got all my vents on because we've got our turkey in the oven cooking, and it's looking pretty good. I'll let that sit for a minute. Make sure our green beans are, oh, they're looking good. We don't really want these soft. It's kind of like asparagus. There's nothing better than a crisp green bean or a crisp piece of asparagus. So we're only going to process them, like I said, about 8 minutes. You can see in the back here our stuffing came out of the oven, and it's looking pretty good. We already tasted it. I'll take that lid off. You can see what it looks like. We just have it back there keeping warm. How lovely that is. That turned out really nice. Just keeping it warm. And again, you don't have to use a wok. I just love using this wok. It's just about the only thing we use around here. We have other pans, I guess, just for decoration. Just really going to crisp those up. Now, if you like your green beans broken half, there's no reason that you can't do that if you want them broken up smaller, but that seems like something that, oh, the kids or a husband or a could do for you, so you don't have to spend all your time cutting the, we call them the butts, off of the green beans and then cutting them in half. We just like them to not do that here. They're looking really good. I usually just bring a colander over to the stove and I can spoon these in here. Once we want to drain some of that water off, I'll just spoon them over into here and let them sit, then I'll get rid of that hot water. Oh, this is coming along, look at that. Now there are some people that will drain all this. There's not that much grease that comes off of this bacon. It's just such good bacon. But some people will want to drain that off. I'm going to leave it in the pan. I think it adds to the flavor of the green beans. Just crisp down as much as we can. Because I have a wok, I can run it up the side of the pan on this cast iron. And it really gets crisp nicely. Oh gosh, look at those green beans. They're looking good. Now if you have a steam pot, you can put them in your steam pot and do the same thing. They're actually going to stay a little more crisp if you put them in a steam pot rather than doing them in water like this. Turn up my heat here a little bit more because we're getting done, and I want them to crisp up a little bit more. They look good. This should be the most relaxing part of your entire Thanksgiving day. Now if you want, you can of course get all your green beans done the day ahead of time. You can get your bacon all chopped up the day ahead of time. You can actually make your sausage dressing. You can get it done and put it in a covered dish and keep it for the next day so that you don't have to do everything on the same day. You can definitely do it ahead of time. The dressing is a really good one to do the day ahead of time. While that's crisping up a little bit more, what's our time there that we've done? We're at 8 minutes right now, all right. So we're just about ready to take these green beans out of the pot. See how nice and green they look now. This is about 2 pounds of green beans, so with that smaller kit, you're getting 2 pounds. With the bigger kit, you're getting 4 pounds. Oh, you can really hear this now. Start taking these green beans out now. Now if you don't have a big scoop like I do, you can just dump this right over your colander in the sink, of course. That's always an option. I just hate carrying all this heavy stuff over to the sink. Drain a little bit more of that water off before we put it on that hot bacon. Chasing these little dudes around. Just a couple more in there and we'll be good to go. If they want to cooperate with me. There we go, we got them all. So we're going to get this out of the way. Shut this water off. I'm going to move my water now. I always turn that handle away from me, of course, while I'm cooking anything hot. And here we go. This doesn't take much time at all to finish up. That's a little hot. I'll pour these right into the in with your bacon. Holy moly, this smells good. Gonna add a little bit of salt. Really no measurement to that, just a little bit of salt, a little bit of your coarse ground pepper, a bit more maybe. Stir that up. Very last thing that we're gonna add to this is our butter. Fantastic country butter that we've got going on here. Stir that up. And we're going to add it to our serving tray. And these can go straight to the table. So this would be the one thing that you're probably going to do right about the same time you're finishing up your mashed potatoes. So you might need an extra hand to stir the potatoes and stir these up, because they really are the last minute for the Thanksgiving feast. So we're going to just transfer it over here to our serving bowl. Juices. There you go. Green beans like Grandma used to make. Enjoy.